y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited that you're here. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, I'm excited because I just started watching the show and I absolutely love it. Mayor of Kingstown. It streams exclusively on Paramount Plus. There's new episodes already on there and a new episode drops every single Sunday. So you want to hop on this train and watch the show because it is good with the tea as always. In the house today, I have Hugh Dillon. He is one of the actors on the show and he's also a co-creator of the show. So you don't want to miss today's interview.
Hey, Shamika.
Hi, Hugh. Welcome to Check the Rhymes. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. So I just started watching Mayor of Kingstown and I love it. Such a great show. So for the people that haven't seen it yet, can you kind of give us an overview as to what the show is about?
Well, it's based in this world, this prison town. It's just a raw, uncompromising, sometimes uncomfortable ride. And it deals with mass incarceration, justice, and, people who are affected by crime and punishment and the collateral damage. And you really have to just watch it.
Now, you had a hand in co-creating this show. So talk about that. How did that happen?
Well, it was 10 years in the making. Taylor Sheridan was my acting coach 15 years ago, and we were two broke actors. I mean, I had gone to LA with a credit card, and I had like $8, and I was going to max that card out, and then I was going to leave. and Taylor, changed my life. He just said, I'm from a prison town originally called Kingston. It had it had a medium, a maximum, a prison for women, a minimum pen, and my mom was a teacher, and my friends, folks, some of them were prison guards, and I always thought this was a great story. I'd grown up in this town, and I remember seeing the guard towers and thinking, wow, it looks like Disneyland, and I was mistaken. And and I met Taylor, and he was my coach, and he was, we were broke. And we would just dream, and he would ask questions like, "Well, what could you do if you weren't broke? If you could do whatever you want?" And I'd like to create a show, and I'd always been a songwriter, so I'd always created characters and worlds in my songs, and that's where it came from. And Taylor was from Texas, and he was fascinated with the, he had his own ideas and. About mass incarceration and justice, and we were both maybe a little predisposed to some darker imagery, and we were reading a lot of scripts that didn't seem real, and he is a real dude, and so it just and even now with Diane Wiest, you get these folks who are just all about what's real. And it was a dream, and it came true. And, I had to stick with it in 10 years and just not give up. And, and here we are.
I love that, because a lot of times people think that success is literally overnight. They don't realize what goes into it the years prior.
Yes. Yeah. It was not easy.
Yeah. So you're also on the show. Tell me about your character.
Yeah, it's like I play this cop, Ian Ferguson, and he's just one of these dudes who's funny, and he's just been in the world a long time and kind of desensitized and kind of a little PTSD and wouldn't even be aware of his own ethical drift. It's just, it's just a part of life, but he's kind of funny, and he grew up with the McLuskys, and and some of that's based on my my life. It's like I always when I was a kid, I grew up with these, and we all played hockey together, these the Callahans and the Mulrooneys, and it was always a group of their families had 5 or 6 brothers, and and so what is interesting about this show and what Taylor does bring is a layer of authenticity, because it isn't kind of written by a writer's room of people who are Googling what it's like to live in a prison town. It's, him and I just brought as much authenticity to it as possible. And that's what makes the characters so real. And that's what attracts people like Jeremy Renner and Diane Weiss to Taylor Sheridan's writing. I mean, that guy is an American voice and a force of nature. And anybody who reads his scripts, whether it's Yellowstone or Sicario or Hell or High Water or his new show 1883, knows it, because there's something in the way he writes that captures a reality. There's a poetry and an authenticity in it. And I'm just, he changed my life as an actor and then as a creator.
Now, did you decide, since you are a co-creator, did you decide this is the role that I'm going to play, or did you have to go through the whole casting process as well? How did that work?
No, him and I had talked about things. He at one point was going to play another character as well, but it's just people just get. He's shooting 1883 now. He shoots Yellowstone. He writes scripts, so he pulled out, and it was just there are certain roles that come up, and he had coached me on a show called Flashpoint, and it's also on, funnily enough, on Paramount Plus. And it was a cop show, and I'd done that for years. And he said, "There's a great cop role here." And so it's really Taylor, because I was just happy to have Jeremy Renner attached, and I just thought this is, and I'm executive producing. I'm the co-creator of the show. So he actually called me and said, "Ian's a monster role. You should play that." And Taylor isn't somebody that you question. So it was like 100%, I'm in. And I love acting, and I love the opportunity to, play one of these characters with that is, so flawed, and to be able to, work with Diane and Jeremy. It was just, you can't turn these opportunities down. And
absolutely,
it's just, it's a dream come true.
Well, Hugh, I want to thank you so much for coming on Check the Rhymes. Mayor of Kingstown, new episodes are available to stream every single Sunday exclusively on Paramount Plus. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.